Hello farmers and welcome back to Pallegney on Farming Simulator 25. Yes, the grass field has been cut once again and baled up, and one field I did not wrap up the bales because I need that feed for the goats for the winter time. And the bales, well, they're still in the other field. I'm going to leave them there because the grass field does not need to be worked in until, well, the grass won't be cut until next May, so I got plenty of time to get those bales off there. So we're just going to let them sit there, ferment. And then when they're fermented, we'll put them into the BGA. We'll just go over and grab them and drop them off over to there. And then, yeah, I can fertilize the grass field probably in the springtime or whenever. But we could begin to spring today. Yeah, these grass bales here, they're about 6,000 liters apiece. Are they 6,000? Yes, they are 6,000 liters apiece. And I want to say I got about 9 bales here. So, yeah, about 50,000, 54,000 liters of grass to feed the goats to get to the wintertime. They still got some meadow grass to get through. I'll probably feed them in December. The meadow grass has actually, well, it's dead for the year. So what they have in there is what they have in there. So we'll feed the goats probably in December. The goat cheese is still being made, and this is looking pretty good because we got 8 pallets out here, and I'm still processing like 500 liters of goat milk over to goat cheese. If we look at our stock market page here, we roughly got about, where is it? Almost $17,000 worth of goat cheese sitting around right now. Speaking of sitting around, yes, we have some contracts to collect on. So let's go ahead and do that because I think I'm done with the month of November. I want to get right into the winter time. So, plowing contract. This is for borrowing the tractor. I got the plow lease, but we're going to return that here in just a second as well. So $4,797 for that contract there. And we got 2 contracts for taking out weeds with a hoe. This one's going to pay $3,502. And then we got this one here for $3,730. All right, that is looking good. Yeah, leased items. I got 2 things that are leased. Oh, the one thing that's popped up in the store page since last episode, and that is a auger cart. It pretty much takes everything. It does hold 60,000 liters of crop, but that's way too big for at least what we're doing here. And I think really my priority is getting a tractor out of the used section that has about 300 to 350 horsepower. That's like priority number 1 for me. Lizard plow. Yes, let's go ahead and return that. And the only thing I got left as lease is our auto-loading trailer, which is very crucial for what I'm doing here currently. So yeah, there we are. So we're up to $158,291 in cash, which is not that bad at all. Yeah, so I don't think, yeah, November, I think we're getting ready to go on. There are some good cultivating contracts. Not great, but good. Yeah, they were going to pay like $8,000 a piece, but I just felt like I'm ready to move on. I want to get to the wintertime, because the wintertime, yes, we'll have those silage bales to put into the BGA in December. The ones I just wrapped, those won't be ready until, let's see, December, January, not until February. And then, of course, we got the goat cheese, which I hope to sell in January, unless I need it beforehand, because it all depends on what comes up for sale in the store. As we just roam through the goat field, probably watching out for the landmines the goats put down, manure. No, there's really no manure in the field, but in real life, you probably want to watch where you step with 100 goats roaming around. Yes, we're still sleeping on a doormat. That may change soon. Who knows? Just check out the store page before I go to bed. Nothing there. So yeah, we'll sleep until 8. Just to, you know, I'm fast forwarding 12 hours. I don't want to fast forward too much because something may come and go in the sales page. Let's see what we got, because we got cash. And what do we got here? Well, that is something we don't need. A header trailer. I mean, that is not a bad thing, but all depends on, who knows, I don't have a header, and if a header comes up on the sale page, which can turn into its own trailer, then this is not needed, and of course, well, that's not needed either, so the sale page, not that helpful, at least to start the day. Let's fast forward time just to get the morning through. So the goats, yes, they are going through the meadow grass. We're going to bring that down there. We're going to bring the grass up to them. And then bring the milk on down to the dairy production. It's actually going to be still down time. The sun's up high enough. Contracts? Anything of real interest? Well, there are some plowing contracts, but I got rid of the plow. I mean, I could lease it back. But if I saw 5 digits there, meaning $10,000 or more, I probably would want to do it. All right, let's get these grass bales up to the sheep and get the goat's milk down to the dairy production. And yeah, we are waiting on these bales right here, which should be going in today. And that should bring us in, let's see here, probably like 80,000, I would assume. Yeah, they're 97% fermented, so they're not far off. Where's the draw bar in this? For some reason, it's at a nice, lovely angle for us. I should check the price of the goat cheese. It did say in last episode, which I'm recording this episode right after I got done recording that episode. But it did say in January was the best time to sell the goat cheese. Let me have a look here. Goat cheese, $18.09. Best price is $19.18. And we got $20,000 of it currently. But yeah, we're going to have a little bit more because we got more goat's milk to pick up. That's all this grass. Yeah, I was kind of calculating before how much 100 goats were going through on grass, but yeah, our first set of goats we bought, they're not far off from having their offspring, so yeah, they're going to go through a little bit more in just a little bit. Let me go ahead and make sure I turn off the auto-loading and picking up bales. And what side is that picking, or I want to drop it off on the left, which is good. That's what we want to do. Let's see if it will unload into the trigger for the sheep. I can't get it to unload in the trigger for the BGA. Let's see if it'll unload here. And it will. But you know what? I guess it's not close enough to be inside the trigger. So you gotta turn off the autoloader, and then, you know what? I do see their feed trough looks like it's full. My guess is it took a lot from every bale, and that's why none of the bales disappeared. Oh, it only holds 11,500 liters of grass. Interesting. Well, they got enough for a while then. All right, let's go ahead and grab the goat's milk. I should make a little bit of a pathway down here, but I should be taking the road that's just right there. But you know what? It's wintertime. We'll take the shortcut. All right, so the goats, I hope, are good. Wait, did they have? Yes, we did. So now we got 150 goats, and of course, the pen can hold 179. So these goats here, when they have their offspring in a couple of months, will have a full goat pen. Although, of course, it's going to take a while for these goats to mature and start giving us goat's milk. But over time, you know what? They will get there. Actually, you know what? This should stay running because I got to feed the silage bales into the BGA. Very important. Yeah, so going through the wintertime, like I said, we should get some decent money coming on in. Yeah, I would prioritize in the order of things I would like to see from the used section a tractor with 300 to like 350 horsepower. I do like the AgroStar. It does pretty darn well. But it does struggle a bit with the mowers once in a while. And it'd be good to have a second trailer because when I'm cutting the grass, I could use like the bigger tractor with the mowers. And then I could have the Deutz behind me, the AgroStar, doing the baling. So make that job a lot quicker. Yeah, I'll keep trying every time I come over here, but yeah, they're just not going to unload. All right, let me fast forward some time here. And we'll just wait for these. They're 98% fermented. Of course, we're just going to dump them on in. Yeah, the only field work I got to do for myself is fertilize the grass fields again. But yeah, they're not going to be ready to be cut until May. So we can go to April or whatever, springtime, and the Deutz can go ahead and fertilize the fields then. So I do feel like this will be the year. You know, if you play Farming Simulator, you kind of know this. I've talked about this before in videos and live streams, but anytime you start out on a map, on a farm, you start off, of course, you need everything, right? So the problem is, well, you don't have the money. Then you get to a point of, you got decent amount of equipment, The money's still coming in. There's still some things you need, but you can farm without having to borrow, lease, or, you know, be very desperate for money. I think that's where we're at right now. We got decent stuff on the farm. We still need stuff, but we're still kind of, we got money, but now we're just kind of waiting. And then there's going to come a time where, yeah, the farm reaches a tipping point. And I'm kind of hoping this is the year we reach the tipping point to where we got a good amount of stuff. We're doing fine with everything that we have. Yes, there's still stuff that we need, but the money's coming in at a reasonable rate to where we don't have to wait too long to where we might be able to afford something from the used section. But that is kind of the tricky thing about this series. Once again, this series here, we can only buy stuff from the used section. So yeah, I say I want a tractor that has like 300 to 350 horsepower. I just can't go in the store and buy a brand new one. We got to wait for something to come up that's used in that range. So it makes it kind of tricky. In the meantime, something else can come up and it's like, well, we'll need that, so maybe I should buy that. And then who knows, maybe 6 hours in game time from now, the tractor I was looking for comes up for sale, and then I don't have the money. So it's kind of like a little bit of a balancing game. And kind of a guessing game that you got to do, but that's what kind of makes it fun. Let's grab that bale over there. Yes, we did pass an hour just a second ago. So the BGA got us up to $170,000. Yeah, so a tractor, probably a combine, not the expensive ones, because that would just take out all the money. But, yeah. Like one of the combines that maybe costs like $200,000, if that would come up for sale, like half off, that would be good. I have no problem leasing a header for the combine, but I would definitely love to own the combine and not have to lease it for this upcoming season. You may say, well, you want a combine, but you don't have no land or farmland yet to plant crops in. Well, I'm kind of hoping by the time we get to the middle of next year, we can buy some land that has a crop in it, and we can harvest it next late summer, early fall. There we go. We're up to $196,000 in the bank. Love it. And soon we'll have a little bit more. Do love this BGA from Disturbed Simulations. This BGA is on the Mod Hub, and I do believe it's available on all platforms. There's a couple versions of the BGA in the mod set that you get. I chose the fast one because, well, it's my money and I want it now. So this is why the BGA goes to it pretty quick. There we go. Yeah, leave the trailer empty. I was going to say, I might as well go pick up the bales, but I kind of forgot. Yeah, goat cheese. How can I forget about the goat cheese? Yeah, let's bring this over here. Let's see what that price is doing on the goat cheese. Let's see. Goat cheese, $18.68. And I got about, well, if I sell at that price, it's $28,334. But that's without a 20% bonus from selling at our farmer's kiosk. And currently at the farmer's kiosk, goat cheese, goat cheese, goat cheese. $17.90, and the price is rising. So yeah, I mean, definitely gonna be selling that here later on in the month or in the beginning of January. So let me go ahead and load this up. Up to $239,000 in the bank account. There's got to be more cheese than that, and of course there is. There's an AR for sale. The sale page has been very nice to me, I will say that. And I can afford it. We can afford it. Currently it's got a 326 horse. Yes, 3-point link in the front, that's very important. 3-point link in the back is, what's the biggest engine you can pop in there? Well, I could jump that up to a 458 horsepower. I'm not going to do it today. I definitely want to save the money because this is all I really need. How many hours are on this thing? I did not see the hours on it. Whoops, that's going to be kind of important. 16.1, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. The EU design, yes. I would like my BKTs, and just wide tires would be good. So $152,025 for the AR John Deere. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's really great news. Lovely. 32 mile an hour top speed as well. A little bit better than the AgroStar's 24. Oh wait, do I get beacons? Oh yeah, we got LED beacons. Christmas has arrived here in Pallegney. Step 1, and I still got 86,000. Alright, so there's a couple more things. I mean, if the sale page is going to be that generous to me, if it's going to give me what I asked for. Another great thing I would love, and I am using it on, what map? Riverview map. There is a modded planter I just started using there. And the good thing about the planter is it will do, whoops, let me back up a little bit. It will do all crops. So yeah, I'll do the planter crops, but also do the cereal crops as well. I did modify the mod a little bit, because the working speed from the original mod is 7 miles an hour. I bumped up to 11 myself, because 7 seemed just a little bit kind of on the slow side. I mean, brand new, it's cheap anyways. It's only 109,000, 11 meter wide working with. But I mean, if there was a drill I would love to have, that one right there would be perfect. Would definitely be perfect for us. As for harvesters, like I said, where are the harvesters now? Harvesters. I mean, any one of these right here, up to 300,000. Of course, half off. That'd be like 150,000. Yeah, once we get up to the John Deere S7, that starts to get a little bit too expensive. But any one of these have come up for sale. I'm going to jump on it as quick as I can. I also forgot, hey, I do have the TARDIS Combine. I would not mind that one either, although I would not go with the unrealistic side of things. But already, this is great. I mean, I was thinking, how can I go 4 months without a tractor come up for sale? The question is, I hope it doesn't give me the tractors with too much horsepower, where it's like, yeah, that'll get the job done, but at the same time, it's too much for what I need. Or give me a lot of tractors where it's like, you know what? Yeah, not enough horsepower. Well, I kind of forgot. I got so excited about getting the John Deere AR, I kind of forgot about the time scale. Let's see how the goat cheese is doing. And it's reset me for some reason. Can't you stand the goat cheese for me? Small Farmers Kiosk, 1833, and the price is rising. All right, let's go to bed. Wait, what was that price again? I'm going to risk it. 1834. Yeah, I'll risk it. But I will wake up at 7. Oh, wait, I better check the sale page again, because I was fast-forwarding time. Okay, nothing there. Hitting all the wrong buttons. I'm too excited. John Deere AR. A second tractor for the farm. That's going to be great when I cut grass. It's going to make that job a lot quicker. Not that it's too long to do, but still. Being able to have a worker follow me would be great. Goat cheese, $18.76, and the price is still rising. Let me grab the AgroStar and... Oh, I already got the cheese on here, don't I? Okay, what I can do... I think the goat's milk will load on top. Let me slow down time a bit there. Let's go grab the goat's milk. Oh yeah, we got some goat's milk overnight. This should load on top, and then this will put it right back into the production. Let's see that Merlot come up for sale now. Merlot, I mean, something to move the pallets around would not be bad. That way we don't have to use the autoloader that much or super strength to get pallets off for the BGA. All right, let me put that there. Sale page. What's in the sale page? Well, there is a hoe for sale. I'm going to need that. I mean, let's face it, I'm going to need it. So, and plus, when I do contracts now, I won't have to borrow items because I'll have a tractor and the hoe to do it. So, yep, we'll buy that. So that's all good. And yeah, the sheep, yeah, the goats should be doing fine, right? Yes, they're doing fine. They're all doing good. Productivity is 100%, which it should be. Yeah, let's fast forward time, and we'll keep our eye on the price of the goat cheese. So 1876, best price is 1919. And currently, if I were to sell the goat cheese, I'm going to get $33,000 for it. But that's before my 20% bonus. Was sitting there watching the price go up on the cheese. I'm like, why am I using the AgroStar when we got this new beauty on the farm? Let's go ahead and use this. I was keeping my eye on the price, but the one thing I was kind of doing, which I, breaking my own rule, I was watching the arrow, and the arrow said the price is going up, and then I started looking at the number itself, and no, the price is actually going down. So, yes, let's grab the cheese. It is now midday, though, and I think the milk I put in here has converted itself over. Do I still got some in here? I do, but it is time to sell this stuff. Midday, nothing's changed in the store. Yeah, but this should bring in some good cash here. I'm going to say like 42,000. Well, I am really trying to think now, since we, the tractor, that was a big thing that we need. But I'm trying to think, do I want to buy the field on our left-hand side here? I think this is the first one I should focus on. Do I want to get that, buy that in the spring, and that way I can prep it and put the crop in that I want? But then again, that would take up a lot of our money. Actually, it would take up all of our money. It's $206,000 for this land here. But if I wait and let the farmer put the crop in, that whatever they choose, they could be putting in, I don't know, like spinach or peas or green beans or a vegetable. That would not be that helpful to me. Might as well go ahead and grab the milk as I'm going on through. And we'll plop that in there. And we'll park this right here. All right, so we're back up to 112,000. And yeah, those bales over there will be, next month, right? November, so December, January, February. Somewhere around 10 o'clock in the morning in February. So, I want to advance time, keep my eye on the sale page. And, if something comes up, I will bring it back. But if nothing comes up, then I'll see you in February where we'll grab those silage bales and probably get like 60,000 because, I don't have the bales that were here that were wrapped. So we just got those over there. So like $60,000, maybe $70,000 worth of silage. Who knows? Just about 11:30 in February, and this grass I just picked up had to sit here on the trailer for a second to be fermented over to silage, but that's ready to go into the BGA. The goat cheese is still a decent price, so I think we'll pick up what is there and probably sell that as well, but let's grab these silage bales first and get these put on in. Yeah, I'm also thinking, I need to repair the John Deere. I don't know the exact wear on it. John Deere damage 33%. So what I think I'm going to do, because as we know in the game right now, the repairs is kind of broken, but in the player's favor, to where it doesn't actually charge you for repairing. But I think what I'm going to do, I took advantage of it a couple times, but I feel like that's kind of going against what should be done. So when I see whatever the repair status is, I'll have to deduct that from our money going forward until that gets fixed. Good chance I may forget about it once in a while. If I do, just remind me in the comments, and I'll try to take care of it later on. I know some people would be like, oh, why? You know, it's the game's fault. Yeah, well, is it? I mean, yes, it is, but we know that we should be getting charged for repairing things. Let me come over here to the toolbox, and yeah, I want to repair this. That way, you know, we get the max horsepower that we can from our John Deere. Got a trigger from there. So repair, I'm just going to round it off, though. So 55.18 to repair, unless it actually takes out my bank account, but I don't think it will. No, I don't think it did. So 5,500. Where is that? So I hit the wrong button for that. Add, remove money, yes. And then minus 5,500. There we go. So, I mean, I got an $18 discount, but at least the John Deere is now fixed. And, yeah, let's go ahead, and while we're waiting for that to go through, I don't want to advance time much more because the goat cheese price is falling. Let's grab what we have and go sell that. As for the sale items, nothing really of interest. I mean, items have popped up. But let me go ahead and show you. So, we got a diesel transporter. We got a herbicide and liquid fertilizer sprayer. We got the Vermeer mower. And we got a weeder itself, which is something I do not need. Is that all the cheese that we have for now? It is. Although there'll be more coming here in the near future. But the price is still pretty darn good. See, all of our grass bales are still there. So as for this road that gets kind of bumpy, I think I talked about it in the episode I just recorded about an hour ago or so. You can smooth out the road, but if you try to change the texture, it won't change where the tire marks are for some reason, which is kind of weird. But yeah, you can smooth it out if you want to. All right, another 17,698. You can see where this goat cheese is going to definitely help out on the farm here and moving forward. Especially when we get all 179 goats making cheese, milk for us. I keep wanting to say cheese, just because that's the final product. And every time I go by here, I will grab what little milk I may have, although it's 431 liters. All right, let's plop that into there. And yep, I got more silage bales to pick up. So we're sitting at 124. And we still got, as you can see, a good amount of bales sitting out here. I mean, I'm going to be happy with the winter purchases if this is all we get, because let's face it, I could have gone the whole winter months and gotten absolutely nothing out of the sales page. Well, we got the snow mask coming across the map. It did snow quite a bit just recently, so it's not snowing now. But since I had this time on fast forward, yeah, the snow mask is going to take a second to come on through. All right, so we got to let these bales get taken in the BGA. So let's speed up time. So it'll start taking the bales as I give it to it. And you should see the money going up every hour. I would feel like if a harvester were to come up for sale, we would have seen it like in December, January, right after harvest season. I don't know if the game really works that way, but that's when you expect, I guess, harvesters to come up for sale. Oh, looks like we're up to almost 180,000. Yeah, now we're up to almost 200,000 again. Let me slow down time. Let's check the sale page again. Another John Deere and another ART. But yeah, definitely. See, this is what this tractor. If that came up first, I'd be like, okay, that's going to be the horsepower that we need. The only problem is it doesn't have a 3-point link on the front. If I wanted to use it for mowers, well, it could use a butterfly mower, but not the front. Although, could you put a 3-point link on that? You can do weights. But no, you can't do 3-point link on that. So, yeah, so I guess, you know, that would have been tempting if that came up for sale first. Be like, okay, I do need a second tractor. That would be nice. And I'd be him and Han, but be like, do I buy that one and take a chance? Or do I wait? So, yeah, I kind of got lucky in that sense. And no, I mean, will I need a third tractor in the future? A tractor like that? Possibly. Do we need it now? No, I definitely have other priorities. Oh yeah, we did buy the hoe, so that's going to help us out when we get our fields actually up and going. Yeah, the snow makes it a little bit more slipperier out. But look at that. We're already through the winter months. And yeah, we'll have 200,000 in the bank account here. Whoops, grabbed the tractor by mistake. Gonna have 200,000 here in the bank account real soon. Well, I do got more goat cheese. What's the price of goat cheese looking like? Well, it's still showing that it's in the dark green, so I assume we will just grab this and we'll, you know, we're loaded up kind of. So let's go. Every little bit counts now. Sell it now while the price is good. Because after this price starts to drop again, it's not going to be good until, like, October. It looks like I had enough grass for the sheep to get on through the winter months. You know, there may have been enough grass in this field to feed the goats, I'm not sure, but I didn't want to take a chance. We can't have the goats going hungry and not producing milk. I mean, we got the grass field. Let's make sure they're fine and dandy. 8,839. So yeah, we are up to 200,000 now. 216,000. So again, let's look at the sale page. I'm scrolling just to make sure there's not more than 5 items, and there is not currently. So technically, I have enough money to buy this field to the right. And I'm pretty sure that field is going to need to be plowed. It's going to need to be limed. So I'll have to, like, lease a lot of things. Which is not the worst thing. I haven't been looking at contracts. But, I mean, I really just wanted to skip on through the winter months and see how this money come on in. And fingers crossed, maybe buy some stuff, which we have done. But yeah, I think we're all set to get on through until March. And hopefully this snow will be gone in a little while. And we'll leave that there. Yeah, let's go to my lovely little doormat. And yeah, I'll fast forward time until it starts to get dark and we'll sleep through the night. Yeah, as for the goats, like I said, yeah, their feed trough is looking good. Still got a lot of meadow grass. When they run out of that grass there, we'll just let them go through that meadow grass again until next season. And yeah, we do have a full pen. The other goats have given birth, so we got 179 goats in there, so we're all set. And yep, items are slowly disappearing, so we'll see what happens when we wake up in the morning here very soon. And then I gotta decide, what do I want to do? Do I want to buy the land now, or yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll wake up at 7. But I mean, the second tractor, again, is very huge because there's been a couple times where, you know, it may be fertilizing the grass field and I want to do something else on the farm, but with only one tractor, it was kind of handcuffing me a little bit because the tractor was in use. Yeah, so they still haven't done nothing with it. I mean, you never know, it's March, so technically it is a season to be taken care of. Sale page, 8RT, that's a tree planter, right? Yeah, we don't need that. And a slurry distributor, which is not bad. But I mean, I got a slurry distributor already. That won't fit. That won't fit our slurry tanker at all. That'd be ridiculous. It only holds like 8,000. I would go through the slurry really, really fast. So, yeah, that's not going to be what we're looking for. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I should be doing. So contracts. Wait, what field is that? This is field 35. So there's a plowing contract. Yeah, hoeing contracts I can do because I got my own equipment, so I can just go ahead and accept the contract. I don't have to borrow anything. So we'll just accept that. Maybe get the AgroStar doing that, and I'll keep the John Deere on the farm. And I could probably do the other one as well, but I'm just looking for field number 35, see if anything pops up there. Let's skip forward an hour. That's when the contracts will come up. And voila, contracts should be plentiful. So still nothing in field 35, which is fine. Yeah, so did the price of goat cheese, what is that doing? All right, it's not looking the best, but it's still not bad. I don't have that much to do. But let's go ahead and grab the AgroStar. And we'll go up and get our plow. Sorry, not plow. Get the hoe, and we'll set it off on that contract. And we do got some milk here. Yeah, it looks like they're starting to go through the grass. I mean, that's extra grass, but they should have a full feed trough. And the meadow grass should start to be regrowing. It may not look good right now, but I'm pretty sure the snow is going to be melting from north to south here pretty soon. So we got a full goat pen, but then again, only 100 goats right now making milk. So it's going to take about another year before the other ones that were born, maybe a little bit more than a year before they actually start producing milk as well. So, yeah, after getting through winter, we bought 2 items. And, of course, the John Deere being the biggest. The hoe is not a bad purchase either. That's nice just to be able to, grab our hoe and go do some weeding. I can even do the regular weeding contracts. As long as the crop is not past the first growth stage, then you can use the hoe in that. This up here, that is bale wrap. So when I cut the grass in November, I was low on twine and I was pretty much out of silage additive. So I bought some silage additive and some twine to restock our baler. Alright, so where am I going? Up the road and big field number 76. Yeah, but this is going to pay us like $8,000, so that's very nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I should buy that field now. I'm like 85% sure we're going to buy here in just a second. Because that way I can put the crop in that I want. The question is, what kind of crop would I want to put in there? Obviously, I don't have any productions or anything that would benefit us from putting down a specific crop. So it's not like put down oats, bring it to the grain mill, put down this so we can start making that. I think it's just put in a crop and harvest it. Obviously, there are productions I can put down myself, but if I'm going to do productions, I'd rather buy the ones on the map. And again, the reason why I went with our own dairy, though, even though there's a dairy production on the map, the dairy production on the map holds very little. Let's be honest, our goats are going to be producing a lot of milk, and that was not going to work for us at all. Oh yeah, the AgroStar, I'll top this off with diesel fuel on the way back to the farm when I go past the fuel station. And the hoe could use a repair as well, I'm sure. And again, I'll try to remember when I repair stuff to deduct it out of our bank account, because the game does not take the money out currently. All right, we get ourselves a worker for that. Let's get into the John Deere. We'll go grab the milk on the hill. And I only got one pallet, so I'm not going to worry about the one pallet of goat cheese. We'll leave it there. And yeah, I'll put the time scale at times 6 for now. Again, adjusting your time scale faster is not going to make the snow disappear any quicker. It takes a while for the game to get rid of snow layers. All right, we'll leave that right here for now. And yeah, so before I buy this field, let me just have a look around here so I can figure out what I want to do with it. I mean, yeah, if I buy it, plow and lime is something I'm going to need to do, but I'll have to lease items. Let's see. So production's on the map. The bakery doesn't help unless I have the grain mill. I think this is the mill, right? Oh yeah, this mill will let me do flour and oil. And this costs... Ouch. Okay. That's more than what I have. But... I mean, if I really save up by the end of the year, I might have that. 350 though, that's quite extreme. Especially for everything else I would need. Alright, so let's start with the obvious thing here. Before I do that, let me double check the sale page. Well, there is a square bale loader. Now, it's nice, but that does not help me with the pallets and moving those around currently. And if I were to buy that now, I can't afford the land, which I can prep for myself. This is where the decisions come in, but I think what we need to do is, yeah, we need to buy this field right here for $206,460. Let's do that. All right, so now we own the land right here, which is nice. It does leave me with $17,253. Let's go into the store page, and the first thing we're going to do, of course, is where are the plows. Yes, and of course, no, I'm not buying it. I'm just going to be leasing it, but we can get the 12 meter wide. And all that does not matter, so we'll lease that for like $960? $1,071. That was like 900 and something, but okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, John Deere, let's go grab the plow. And we'll plow up our new field and at least get that all set. Did I see double stage of yeah, it's fully fertilized. So that's good. Oh yeah, since I got the plow, there is a plowing contract, so we'll just go ahead and accept that. That will pay for my leasing fees on it. So yeah, that's all the grass the goats are going to need, because now being March, the meadow grass should start growing soon. And they should be fine-ish, right? Yeah, they should be fine, I do believe. Yeah, I don't think the goats are going through that much feed anyways. I thought it was like 10,000 a month. It could be more, it could be less. I'm not quite sure. But that's what it seemed like they were going through to my quick math. But even though the roads doesn't show any snow in it, it's very slippery in the road. So yeah, I'll have to lease the Breedle spreader and put some lime down. And of course, we'll have to lease a seed drill. And then, of course, later on in the year, we'll have to lease a harvester. So yeah, the grain mill will be very important to us because, yeah, we can make flour and do oil together. So that's great. We can definitely do any of that type of stuff. But this is going to make cutting in the grass field, you know, it doesn't take as long as it used to. Now it's going to be a little bit quicker because I can do 2 steps in one now. Like I said, I'll be in the John Deere AR yeah, I'm plowing now. I'll be mowing, and then the AgroStar will have a worker behind me doing the baling. I did not expect the John Deere to struggle any with the plow. Could it be because there's snow in the field? Looks like the snow layer, though, is melting. Let's see if I pick up speed when the snow gets across the field. Well, 9 miles an hour. I think 11's the top speed. Yeah, so what crop do I want to plant in here? That's going to be the thing. I guess if I got at least a harvester and a header at the end of the year, I guess it doesn't matter what I plant in here. So that'll be something I have to think about in between episodes for sure. Again, I'm recording this right after I recorded the last episode, so recording them back to back. Which was, it's been a while I've been on this map so far today, because I mowed those grass fields twice. But I could not wait to record this episode because I knew going through the winter months, the money was going to come on in. And I was going to spend some money one way or another, whether it be on used stuff. If nothing used came up, then I was definitely going to buy some land. I did not want to go through the winter and have a whole bunch of money and just be sitting on it, which is not a bad thing when you're still waiting for stuff to come up for sale. But if you watch my series long enough, you know I hate having money just sitting in my bank account when there's things I could be purchasing with it that I need. And again, this field here in the future probably will eventually become the farmyard. Yes, if we got the BGA and the dairy production down there, that's currently known as the farmyard. But I think eventually it'll move here. That's the plan anyways, unless I buy another piece of property where it seems more fitting to put down sheds and everything. But for this year, we're going to try to utilize the entire field as much as we can. And I suppose putting a cereal crop in here would not be bad, which would just bring me down to oats. Because with the oats, I could, you know, if I don't buy the grain mill, which is going to be a stretch, getting $350,000 to be able to buy that. Yeah, but I can just sell the oats, and then, of course, I can take the straw bales and just put those into the BGA and get some more money return on that than just selling it as straw. But as for money coming in the near future, of course, we're not cutting the grass field now until May. And that means we won't be putting silage into the BGA until, let's be June, July, not until August. So, and of course, with the goat's milk and the goat's cheese, well, the prices is going to get worse now before it gets better. And the best time, of course, is, as we saw, like October and through the winter months. But just think of how much goat cheese we'll have by the time it comes to the best selling price. It may be, I'm not going to say it's going to be enough to buy the grain production over there, but it would be nice. But oats seem like probably the best crop because, you know, March is the time we can plant it. Harvesting will be in July, and that'll give me some time to, you know, if I want to use this field, like putting down a silo to store the oats, or to put down a shed at that point as well. I'm talking like I have tons of money to spend, which I do not. So, but after this past winter, we can see the money starting to come in. The farm is starting to roll. We can see it happening. So yeah, I think my mind has been made up. Planting oats, I think, is the route I want to go. Although I haven't checked on this map because I really haven't planted crops, but I'm just going to assume the planting seasons are the same as the base game here. Let's see if I can, yeah, so barley is still the fall. I'm going to assume wheat is still in the fall, but oats I should be able to plant this month and next month. Rice, I don't think I'll be doing rice in Riverview. Just doesn't seem to fit, I don't think. And any other crop I want to plant. I mean, the only other crop I would plant, what else would I plant in the springtime? Well, oats and... I mean, sorghum or soybeans would not be bad either. Maybe no, stick to oats. I was thinking soybean because I could probably do soybean oil. Is soybean oil a thing here? No, it is not. So yeah, stick to. We'll stick to the. Oh, let me make sure oats are in here. Oat flour, yes, it is. So yeah, I mean, if I can afford the grain mill by then, that's going to be a long stretch, I think. But we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, but we'll plant the oats and then maybe either just sell the oats when we get done harvesting. We'll see how the money situation looks. But again, yeah, the straw bales can go right into the BGA. At least we'll get some money out the field pretty much right away. So yeah, another great thing about having the hoe and a second tractor and whatnot. Now when I do hoeing contracts, it's not like I got to hang on to that one particular contract because I borrowed the items on it. When I get done with hoeing contracts now, I can collect on it right away. And yeah, I do know that there's mods out there that'll allow me to take more than 3 contracts at once, but I'm trying to keep it, some of the stuff base game without going too overboard on some things. So we'll get some oats planted here in the next episode, but I got to spread down some lime first. As the rain comes on in. All right, our field's done plowed. I was ready to say, let's collect on that contract. I'm so used to just doing a plowing contract or a plowing job, be like, all right, let's collect on it. Now, how about that's your field? Then yeah, that's the way it is. All right, so yeah, we do have a plowing contract to do, but I'll get this done between episodes, or a worker will. Let me make sure I'm going the right direction, which I am. Hoeing contract's taking a little bit of time to get done, but it's a decent-sized field. We do got some hail here, so that's going to damage... Well, our grass fields that I'm cutting, it's not going to matter because they should still be in the harvest stage, so I don't think it's going to affect them at all. Although where our goats are, and I'm not really still sure I know how that's working. I don't know if the grass field, if they're taking the meadow grass from the grass field itself, or how they got that program now, but could get a little damage there, but it'll be fine. Alright, let you continue on. I wish these things weren't part of the farm, because every time I tab, they go to it. I think there's a mod out there that you can eliminate tabbing a certain equipment, I think. Not too sure. Yeah, our truck is still sitting here. That's all good and set. So our field here, which we just purchased, so it's been double fertilized. And yeah, we just need to put some lime down. I don't roll, mulch, or, watering, not really a thing. Yeah, I do need to get these fertilized. But yeah, if we come over here to our lovely little goats, 179 out of 179, and yeah, so when they reach, they got to reach 16 months old before they start making milk. So we got another year on these 50 goats. So next year at this time, we'll have 150 goats giving us milk instead of just 100. Which seems far enough off, but it's what we'll have to do. Unless, do I really... I just thought about how much are those goats worth? The baby goats, not the adults. I mean, would it be worth to sell them and then maybe... 175. I could just sell them and then replace them with 50 grown adults. Because they are worth almost 800. So, yeah, I think we'll just let them be as is. Whoop. I'll learn to jump one day. But yeah, I think the goats... wait, there's a meadow grass... the meadow grass did refill. So we'll just let them use this on up, because each bale doesn't have the whole lot into it. I mean, I could take them out of there, wrap them up, and then wait for them to ferment. But yeah, we'll just let them do as is. But yeah, just once a year we'll have to take the grass bales from the small field there and then plop them into here. But in the future, that field may be taken up. But that'll be next fall. Worry about that. But we got through winter. We bought the field behind us, and we got ourselves a John Deere 8R tractor. So I call that a pretty good winter. And probably a lot of you are going to be happy once we, we have actually a field to work in that's not grass. And before anyone says, why not plant the new big field of grass? Look at the silage bales you can make off that. We do plenty of grass work already, and it's time to move on to something else. Yeah, but the plan is next episode to get this field, get some oats in here, and we'll harvest it in July. Along with, in the meantime, working our 2 grass fields over there, which will be a lot quicker with 2 tractors. But anyways, if you made it this far through the video, thanks for making it all the way through. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Farming here on Pallegney. Did I say Riverview earlier? I may have. This is Pallegney. Oh, man. That's what happens when you play on too many... Well, I'm playing on 2 maps. It's not that difficult, but yeah, we all know I'm a moron. But thanks for hanging out with me here on Pallegney today. Getting through the winter months, and some more fun coming up in year number 4. Hopefully more money rolling on in, especially with some contract work being done. If you want to help me out, hitting that thumbs up button does more than you know. Thumbs down buttons there as well. You can hit that if you'd like to, but leave a comment as to why, but no one ever does. And if you're new here, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here on Pallegney. But until then, have a good one.